to bring it all down in a short summary, I gave up basketball to follow Jesus, and
Hold up, hold up, hold up. You did what? We need to talk about this one. So y'all know what time it is. It's time to flow. Let's go. Welcome back, Flow community. Yes, it's another day to grow in our flow of God together. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're watching. You know what you need to do. You need to like, share, subscribe, turn on those notifications so you know what, you don't miss another flow when it drops. And I want you to invite some other people to flow with us. Now let's talk about this because this young man, his name is A.J. Griffin, 21 years old, and now he's a former NBA basketball player because recently he said he was giving it all up to follow Jesus Christ. Man, that is an amazing thing. Why would somebody do that? And let me say this about him because he went to the University of Duke. And if you know college basketball, you know Duke University. He was a first-round pick. So you know what? His career in the NBA probably would have brought him a lot of money, more than likely. But yet, he decided to give it all up to follow Jesus. Well, let's listen to a little bit more of his testimony, and then I want to talk about it. Take a listen.
I gave up basketball to follow Jesus, and I know that in a lot of people's eyes, that seems like it seems like a loss in the world's eyes. But I just want to let you guys know that I'm super excited because I truly get to serve God, with my full yes. And I feel like letting go of basketball is allowing me to, go into full-time ministry and truly serving the Lord with all my heart, with all my time too as well. So I'm just excited to see where that leads me.
You know what? That is truly an amazing story and some motivation, some inspiration that we need to really think about as followers of Jesus Christ, because this young man thought that basketball was his everything. And so it's a very mature decision that he made, because as a young person, sometimes, I remember being younger, and sometimes we think that certain things that we're pursuing in life are more important than our service and our love of God. But this young man, it came to a point in his life where he's like, you know what? Jesus is my everything. Basketball is not my everything. Jesus is my everything. And I need to make sure that I can give him my time. And this is the question on the table. If you're a confessed follower of Jesus Christ, are you truly committed to Jesus? Does Jesus have your attention? And this is the reason why I ask this, is because of this. It might not be giving up a lucrative career, or maybe it is. I say that because some people have the ability to juggle a career that they're pursuing and serving God, right? Some people have that ability. Everybody is not made the same. And so you have to think about this in your own life, that if I have a career, if I have something that is dominating my life more than my flow of God, more than my service to God, would I be willing to give it up? That's what you have to ask yourself. And you might be like, man, people don't need to do that. And, this doesn't really happen. But let me tell you this. It actually happened in the Bible. If you go to Matthew chapter 19, there's this rich young man, and he comes to Jesus, and he wants to make sure that he can inherit eternal life. And so he comes to Jesus, and he said, what must I do? And see, Jesus, he ends up telling him, some basic commandments that are visibly, it would probably point to some kind of love of God, or maybe it doesn't. So then Jesus, the young man says, oh, I've done all that. But then Jesus goes a little bit deeper, and this is where it's at. It's in the heart, because he tells the young man that, you know what I need you to do? I need you to sell everything that you own, give it to the poor, and come follow me. And see, that is the heart of the matter. It might not be a career. It might be something else that dominates your life more than Jesus Christ. Are you willing to give it up in order to follow Jesus? Does Jesus have your attention? Does Jesus have my attention? It's a question that we should always be asking ourselves in life. It's because of this. We only have so much time on earth. That's it's simple and plain. You don't know when your last day will be. I don't know when my last day will be. But God has called us to a higher calling. And when I say that, we have the same and different callings. We all have this calling of making disciples. We all have this calling of growing in the grace and knowledge of Jesus Christ. But how that is done is different. And people's difference, the way you live life out, where you live, what you do, that is played out differently. But can God trust you with that calling? Are you willing to set some stuff aside if that thing is dominating your life more than God? And see, with A.J. Griffin, he was able to identify that. For some reason, he believes that basketball was dominating his life more than his service to God. And this is a true calling for us as followers of Jesus Christ in this day and time. Y'all might remember this verse, and it's so important that it's one that you need to remember. Matthew 16, verse 24, it says, Then Jesus said to his disciples, if any of you wants to be my follower, you must give up your own way, take up your cross, and follow me. And in some versions, it actually says deny yourself. And so when you make a commitment to the Lord, there has to be a willingness to deny some of your own desires in order to truly follow him. And that means sometimes you're going to carry a burden in your life, whatever it is, and some of the burdens that we carry are going to be people that are probably talking about A.J. Griffin saying, you stupid, why would you do something like that? It could be other people talking to you saying you don't need to do all that to follow Jesus. But eternity is a long time. And it's going to be an immense blessing for those who are truly followers of Jesus Christ. And so that's where it's at today. Does Jesus have your attention? Is there something in your life that's dominating your life more than the Lord? And if it is, some changes need to be made because we only have so much time. Let's make it count. Let's make sure Jesus knows we are going to follow, love, obey, and worship him with our whole life. I hope this helps you. I hope this blesses you. Y'all know what we do. I just said it. Follow, love, obey, worship. That's what we're made to do. God bless you, and I'll talk to you soon.